Last time on Babs Bear Talk.
Because Joe can hear now. Can you hear that big old ugly trash truck? We're on our way to the movie premiere, Chinatown. Yeah, we're coming to Chinatown. I'm really excited. I'm very nervous because I have like 2 pages of stars of this movie that I have to know their names and what they acted in. I suppose I don't have to have it memorized, but I have to know something, and I only know like 7 of them off the list. I know Auntie Fee and her son, and Callie Pudd and John Farron, and I don't know the rest of the people. So you guys pray for me. Joe's gonna handle the camera for me. If you guys want to see what we look like, Joey took a picture before we left, so I'll just kind of impose it in here. I wanted to ask you guys, did you notice I did something different with the last vlog where I did like a scene outside with the tree and I played a little bit of music? That's called establishment shots, and I'm trying to like start to put those in. I don't have a lot to use because I'm making my own, but in the future, if I like the way the editing is going, I'm gonna buy those, like pay an annual fee or something to use those. So this is the setup for the premiere. I think it's pretty cool. Look at the screen. It's just gonna a wall. That's pretty cool, huh? So these are all this. Oh, okay, I just blocked the way. Sorry, sorry guys. So these are all the sponsors of the movie. Okay, I think this is so cool. And how we know in Chinatown, look, Joe, look above. Look above. I like the ornaments.
I'm telling you guys, we are really, hey, how y'all gonna take a picture and I'm talking? Really? I thought I was somebody. I got the mic. That means something, don't it? The hood is in Chinatown.
We want to congratulate the cast and crew for their success in completing this production. What an awesome, exciting movie. At this time, I'd like to introduce the cast and the crew. Known for being a YouTube sensation, 3 appearances on the Steve Harvey Show, appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, TMZ, and her role as Mabel in Barbershop 3, playing Judge Price, Auntie Fee, as well as co-producer of the film, Cleve Halo. Last but not least, known for writing, directing, producing, and editing, as well as his role as Juice Instincts, the writer, director, editor, executive producer, jack of all trades. The floor is now open for questions, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know if you can see me. Just letting you know that it's midnight and we're heading home. And we had a really, really wonderful time. I didn't really get to meet or talk to Auntie Fee because she was kind of busy. She did the opening of the movie and I did the ending. So I called up all the stars. She needed to call some stars up too in the beginning, but she didn't know how to read those names. The names were difficult, but I practiced and I got them nailed down, right, Joe? Did I nail them names, Joe? I even said Jean-Paul, Jean-Paul, G-E-A-N, J-E-A-N, Jean-Paul. Anyways, I guess I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow morning. After tasting these guys, I think the coconut extract would have gone really, really well with these. I'm editing a video right now that has to go up to the cooking channel tomorrow. I am so behind with my editing right now. Joe is cooking the dinner. He's making rice and beans and stewed chicken. It's Sunday, May the 1st. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't get to bed till 1 o'clock last night. I slept till 8. And we want to go to the gym for like an hour and a half and then also go to church for 6 o'clock this evening for First Sunday because they're going to give out the communion. This is the communion that I picked up on First Sunday in April and I forgot to take it to mommy. So now this coming week when I go visit her, I'm going to have to take 2 with me so she can take them, because I really do believe that healing comes through the communion, you know, if you believe in church and God and all that stuff. So I just wanted to update you guys on the premiere last night. I'm so glad that I was invited to co-host this event. It was so wonderful. These young men are getting better and better at making movies and better at throwing these premieres. This is only the second one that I've signed on for as a sponsor, and it was pretty awesome. They really do know how to treat their sponsors great. Look at the red carpet. I posed on the red carpet before everybody got there, and the banner behind me has all the logo of all the different sponsors who contributed money or some type of donation in some form to this venture. So see, the Bear Pantry Show logo is somewhere splattered in there. So anyways, let me tell you how it went. Auntie Fee didn't show up until right when the movie was going to start playing. They should have started the movie at 8. They started it a little bit late. I wish they would change that and start the movies on time. It goes for like 90 minutes. Auntie Fee got up in the beginning of it and welcomed the people. She was supposed to call off a few names of the ingenues or whatever that was in the movie. And she couldn't say the name, so she's like, I can't read this. And she put it to somebody to read. She did her shtick, so to speak. They couldn't have picked a more perfect person to do that because one of the actors in the movie was high. I don't think he was drunk. I think he was high. And he was one of those, I call them those mere drunks. You know, I got that from a comedian years ago where it's like, come here, I want to tell you something. And it's just like bull they're trying to tell you. So I avoided him at all costs because he scared me. But I think he was high more than drunk. And he started to act up kind of like a heckling thing right when they were going to start screening the movie. And Auntie Fee shut that down with her colorful adjectives, as you guys know who watch Auntie Fee. And she handled it really, really well. She was funny. She was personable. She was warm and inviting. She sat down. She watched the movie. Her son was in it. Putty was in it. Her friend that's always in the videos with her. And when it was done, I was supposed to make my way up to the podium. And then I was going to introduce the cast and crew. I already knew what I was supposed to do, so I was at the podium when the movie when the lights came back up, but I don't think John knew that I was going to be up there, even though he told me to be up there. I think he's used to people not doing what he tells them to do. So I was up there. I didn't have a mic, and I was losing half the room because they were going to the bathroom or to buy food. So then he looked at the podium, like Joe pointed towards me because the sponsors are on the back row, and he pointed towards me like she's already up there. And so he's like, oh my God. So he brought the mic and he goes, I forget how that's George peeking in. I forget how professional you are. Why did I not know that you were going to be up here? And so he gave me the mic, and so I had to lower my tone because when you want to command attention in a room, don't get in a higher pitch voice. You get in a lower pitch voice, and then you command the room. So I brought back in 3/4 of the room. I couldn't get back the last quarter, and I wasn't going to wait for them. And then I introduced the cast and crew, and whenever it came to people who had a large body of work, I made sure I said everything slow and precise. I didn't talk too fast, and then I said their names slow and precise. So even the guy that was acting up was just like, he quieted down. He's like, oh God, she read my name right. Because if I didn't know how to say a name, I would go ask them, how do you pronounce your name? Because I don't want to say it wrong. So anyways, the movie played 90 minutes. Like I said, I read off everything. And then they had a question and answer period, and I had to take the microphone back and forth to different people. The first one to ask a question was Auntie Fee, so that's as close as I came to her. Gave her the mic, she asked the question, I told her, great question, took the mic back up to Ja to answer. And then the guy that was high, he wanted the mic, and I could just see that going really, really wrong really quickly. And so Auntie Fee says, give me the mic so I can give it to him. And I said, please don't let him hold the mic, because if we lose control of this mic, it's over. I took radio broadcasting when I went to college. That's what I have my degree in. And that's the first thing they teach you when you're handling a mic. Never give the mic over to the person that's being interviewed, because inevitably they'll take it and you'll be fighting back and forth for the mic like that, and then pretty soon you've lost control of the interview. So you always want to keep control of that mic. So Auntie Fee, I told her, I said, look, don't let him take my mic. And she goes, look, I'll beat him for this mic. And I was like, thank you. So after everything was done, another thing I wish that they would do differently next time for the next premiere is keep the music low for the first 15 minutes when they're like taking away the tables and the chairs to make the floor now become a dance floor. They could keep the music very low at that point so that the people that are not breaking down the set can just go on ahead and mingle and what do you call the thing? Network. you know, because I wanted to network with a lot of people there. And I was able to network before the movie started because they had the music low then. And so I'm glad that I took that opportunity, because I certainly missed it at the end. I didn't get to even talk to Auntie Fee because she went outside to smoke a cigarette right after the question and answer period, and she never came back in, so I think she bailed. Her son Tavis was there because he was in the movie, and that friend that's always in the kitchen with her every now and again singing a few bars, she was there. When I say singing a few bars of music. And Puddy was there, Cali Pud, and he is very quiet in big settings, and nobody was really talking to him. So I went over to him and I introduced myself and I said, "Nice to meet you, Puddy. I just wanted to congratulate you on your role in the movie. You did a fantastic job." And he turned around and he says, "Oh my goodness, I hear that you're a phenomenal cook." And I said, "Well, I cook, and I'm great at it, and I make things simple, but that's the first time I've gotten that adjective in front of the word cook for phenomenal, so I receive it." I said, "Thank you." And then he says, "I've seen one of your videos, the one where you're making that fried bread. I guess it's the video where I did the call out to Auntie Fee. Maybe I'll show you guys that video one of these days. I think I showed you the unlisted link already. But in any case, maybe I'll tag it at the end of this vlog. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see." He saw that video and he was very impressed, and I gave him my card. And we had a discussion of maybe him coming to be on the show, but I don't know if he would come by himself or he would bring Auntie Fee, because he drives Auntie Fee everywhere. So I would certainly welcome her. I know she can clean up her vocabulary, you know, when she's here, because she cleans it up when she goes to Steve Harvey. So that's as far as that goes. We stayed for about an hour for the after party. I did get to speak to Farron, and he went to do the press junket in Belize last week, you know, pertaining to the movie. And he said, everywhere I went, I made sure I told people that Bear Pantry Show is one of the sponsors of this movie, and that you're great. I'm like, did you really? That is so awesome. Because every time I talk to anybody in my life that could be a blessing to me, I always bring up Farron and Ja and their filmmaking ventures, because I really feel like they're going to go far. As a matter of fact, I told Farron, one of these days, you guys are gonna mess around and land in Hollywood. And then he was like, I received that, because that's what we want. You guys know, to get your movies in Hollywood, you have to have a lot of money, so they have to keep plugging away at these movies and do them like this. The first one, States, is already on DVD. You can buy it at Amazon, and you can buy it in Best Buy and in Barnes and Nobles, okay? Barnes and Noble. What's the name of that store? Is it Nobles or Noble? I don't even know. That shows you I don't go there. And if you guys are going to go look into the movies, just know that they are violent, though. You might not want to watch it with your kid or your grandkid, all right? They are going to start making rom-coms really soon, and I can't wait for those. So right now, I'm going to go back to editing. I can't believe how behind I am. You know, guys, sometimes, can I just share something with you guys, honestly, from my heart? Sometimes I get sick and tired of doing YouTube, especially the cooking channel. Can you guys believe that? And then I go through my motions where I'm like, I want to take a week off or 2 weeks off. Do you realize that when you do YouTube, you don't get vacation? Because when I go on vacation, I have videos in queue that's already, you know, set, ready to go. And I just release them on the dates. And so you don't really get vacation time. You know, even when I go to Utah, I'm not going to lose the opportunity to do a show with Brian in his kitchen, you know? So you don't get vacation, and I think sometimes I get tired and I get burned out, and I especially get tired when I get like, I'm not even going to call them trolls, because I don't think everybody's a troll. When I get those people that come to the site and they just feel the need to tell you something that's so far-fetched. I'm like, I had a woman a while back came, and she started her comment like this: "Are you serious?" And she put the letter R, the letter U, serious. "Are you serious?" And she started going off on me. And so I came back at her with razor blades and lemon juice. I never cuss anybody out like bad words and stuff, but I will say some things. And so she was just like, "Oh, you're so mean. My husband's dying from something or the other, and my kids are blah, blah, blah." I was like, well, that's it. Hurting people hurt people. Have you ever tried to like check yourself? I'm going through stuff too. You guys know my mom's fighting cancer for the 3rd time. You know, and we don't know what the outcome of that's going to be. Don't you think that's a tremendous amount of stress that I'm under? And I didn't get into that with her, of course, but I'm like, I'm going through stuff too, just as bad as you are. But you come at me to hurt me. And so she comes back with a fake apology, and I just kind of stopped talking after that, but I left her comments at the page. Months later, she comes and she finds another dude that came at me one time. The dude came and said, "I'm a professional chef, and you don't know what you're doing. You need to go to school to learn blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, okay, well then go do your professional chef stuff. Just leave me alone. You don't have to come back to my channel, dude. And so he shut up after that. She went and found what he said and stirred him up, and they both started to attack me. And thank God I found out how to block. So I just didn't just like delete them off my page, but I blocked them so they can't come back unless they make a new account. But I'm so glad. Last night I was coming home at midnight and this dude wrote me at the video with the fried okra, because Joe calls it fried okra. It's his recipe and it starts with a lot of water and then he adds oil later and it fries down to dryness. And he's like, this is not fried because you didn't fry it in oil. He's thinking deep fried, right? And he was like, you know, crapping on me. And so I came back and I said, okay, because I was tired, you know, being a passenger in the car coming home last night. I said, does that make you feel better now that you've told me off? Can you go to bed peacefully now? And he wrote back and he said, I didn't mean to offend anyone. It's just that I needed to state my piece. I didn't even answer him. I didn't block him or delete him, but I didn't answer him because you know what? That was a half type of apology and I'll accept it. Just move on. So yeah, sometimes when I get those, it's easy for people who don't do YouTube to say, well, don't pay attention to them. For the most part, I don't. But there are times when you're going through like certain parts of your day when it's like, why am I doing this again? I'm not even getting paid well enough to even buy the food to do the next video. And I'm supposed to stay here and take all this flack. It's just, why do you think a lot of people do vlogs? And a lot of people get attacked at their vlogs, but vlogs don't cost any money. They don't have to buy ingredients. They don't have to buy new clothes. They don't even have to put on makeup. Right now I don't have on no makeup more than lipstick. I always have on lipstick because it shows better on the camera. I don't always have on lipstick in my course of my day, but when I'm going to turn on the camera because it shows better. But anyways, that's what was going on. But I'm revived now. I'm revived. I love you guys for sticking with me. You guys are my family. You stick with me and you help me get through the hard times, and that's why I vlog. Guys, you ever hear that saying, you gotta fake it till you make it? Well, I've changed it. You gotta faith it until you make it.
Hey, Mister, how can you kiss her with the taste? My lips already there.